Good evening, everyone. I welcome you to our group forum on how socioeconomic status influences educational opportunities and outcomes in Malaysia. We have four panel members with us today. We have Mavitra as a school leader, Tivesh representing the teacher's perspective, Suhaili from a parent's viewpoint, and Naila as a community leader. Each of us will present our perspective before we critically analyze how income, parental education, and social class intersect with students' achievement. And I am Divyasri Tamil Selvan. I will be your moderator for today. To start, let's hear from the school leader.
Uh, Thank you so much, Miss Divya. Okay, as the school leader here, I want to share what I see every day in my school about how family background and money affect students' education. First, when we talk about family income, it means how much money a family earns. Students from low income families often have problems getting things they need for school. Some come to school without proper books, stationaries, or even food. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, many of these students could not join online classes because they did not have a proper device, such as laptops and good internet connection. According to UNICEF Malaysia, nearly 1 in 5 poor urban families didn't have internet. So their children missed out on their classes. This makes it harder for them to keep up with their studies. Second is parents' education level. Parents who went to college or university usually know how important education is. They can help their children with homework or talk to them about school. But parents who did not go to school for long might not feel confident to help. It does not mean they do not care. It's just that they may not know how to support their child's learning at home. Yeah. So, thirdly, social class also matters. Students from richer families often have more chances. For example, they may go to music classes, art workshops, or travel to different places. This gives them more ideas and confidence to speak up in class. On the other hand, students from less rich families might feel shy or think they do not belong in certain activities. This is something we call a hidden disadvantage. They miss out without even knowing it. So, as a school leader, I try to fix these gaps in my school. We set up peer mentoring, extra reading programs, and we work with local NGOs to get laptops for students. We also apply for special funds from the Ministry of Education to run camps and extra classes. But to be honest, these are all very small steps. We still need a bigger support from the government, like better funding for schools in rural areas or more teachers in places like Sabah and Sarawak. Um, I also think we should talk about why this is important. If we do not help students from low income families now, it can continue into the future. They may drop out earlier, get lower paying jobs, and then their own children might go through the same problem that the parents did. That is why breaking the cycle is so important. So, in short, from what I see as a school leader, family incomes, parents' education, and social class all work together to shape how well students do in school. It affects what resources they have, how they feel about learning, and their chances to move up in life. We, as schools, have to do more than just teach subjects. We also have to help those to close these gaps so that all students, no matter how rich or poor, can reach their full potential. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Mavitra, for discussing the impact of socioeconomic status on schools and the efforts to support low-income students. And I personally felt that I can connect myself at a certain points. So now let's move on to Tivish.
Hi everyone, thank you so much, Divya. I'm speaking today from the perspective of a teacher. So in the Malaysian classroom, socioeconomic status, especially income and parental education, has a clear and measurable impact on student learning. For instance, students from B40 families often lack access to basic learning tools such as internet connection, digital devices, or even a quiet study environment. A study by Lim and Mahmood in the year 2021 found that students from low income backgrounds struggled significantly during the shift to online learning, especially in mathematics due to the limited access to digital resources. And I feel like parental education also plays a crucial role here. When parents have limited formal education, they often lack the capacity or confidence to help their children with homework or academic development. Another research by Abdul Rahman and several others who worked together in the year 2022 shows a positive correlation between parental education level and student academic achievement in Malaysian secondary schools. These socioeconomic factors are also reflected in student behavior and engagement. For example, I've taught students who arrive tired or distracted in class, not because they're disinterested, but because they help support their family's income after school. They work part time in night markets to actually financially support their family. So, uh, students facing financial stress at home often shows sign of low classroom participation and emotional fatigue. To address these challenges or disparities, I implement differentiated instruction. This includes tailoring worksheets to different readiness levels, using scaffolding for weaker learners, and providing enrichment tasks for advanced students. Peer tutoring is also highly effective. Stronger students assist those who need more support. This approach is supported by Shamsuddin and Abdullah in the year 2020, who highlight differentiated instruction as a key practice for Malaysian teachers handling diverse classrooms. Additionally, I make use of low-cost resources like printed visual aids and recycled materials for group projects to ensure all students can participate regardless of their financial situation. These strategies help foster a more equitable learning environment where every student has the chance to succeed. That's all from my part. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tivesh, for explaining on how income and parental education influence students' learning and engagement. Let's hear from Suhaili.
Thank you, Divyasri. So, good day, everyone. I'm Suhail bin Abdul Banus, and I am here to speak from the perspective of parents from a low to middle income household. So, supporting my child's education is incredibly important for me, but it's also one of the most difficulty responsibilities that I have to face. So, one of the biggest challenge is the financial burden. While public education technically free, there are many hidden costs such as school uniform, stationery, and so on. These costs take heavily toll on our household budget. According to UNESCO 2021, Hidden costs in public education can create barriers to equal access, especially for families from lower socioeconomic backgrounds. And another major issue is the digital device. During the COVID-19 pandemic hit our country, school had to shift to online learning. But for families like mine who couldn't afford multiple devices, our children had to take turns using a single phone or laptop as well. So on top of that, our internet connection was sometimes unstable, making online learning extremely difficult at the time. The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission (MCMC 2020) reported that 36.9% students rely solely on smartphones for online learning, and many face issue with slow or inconsistent internet. Then there is the emotional side of things, not being able to help with homework. The way subjects are taught today, it's very different from how I learned them in school. Sometimes I don't even understand the topic myself. It's sometimes frustrating and I feel hopeless, and honestly I feel guilty sometimes. This is why I believe the school and government must do more support families like us. There is some practical ways this can be done, such as provide free workshop or programs to help parents develop digital literacy and academic support skills, offer financial assistance such as subsidies for internet data plans. According to Malaysia Minister of Education has introduced initiatives like the Lima and Pendidikan TV to support learning, but their effectiveness depends on wider community access and family engagement. So, if we truly want every child to succeed, we must also support the families they come from, because education doesn't just happen in school, it happens at home too. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Suhaili, for showing us the challenges parents face in order to support their children's education. And yes, Naila, it's your turn now.
Thank you, Miss Divya. As a community leader who has served in various for grassroots projects, I feel forward to speak about an issue that continues to impact the future of our student, how socioeconomic status influence education opportunities and outcome in Malaysia. In many disadvantaged areas, especially among the B40 group, families struggle to make ends meet. Parents work long hours or multiply jobs. In many cases, children are expected to contribute contribute financially from a young age. Because of this, education often becomes secondary, not because parents don't care, but because survival take precedence. Lack of the transportation is a common common issue in rural or semi-rural area. Students walk long distance to school, often in unsafe conditions or poor weather. When school is too far, an attendance will drop. For many, this becomes the first step toward dropping out altogether. Another issue is the lack of access to learning resources. While urban students may have smartphone, laptop, and home internet, many rural or low-income students do not. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the digital divide became painfully obvious. Some children had to share one among siblings or attend online classes from roadside spots just to get internet access. In some community, education is not seen as the main path to success, especially for girls. Early marriage, work expectation, or caretaking responsibility at home can prevent students from reaching their full academic potential. Addition, the absence of education role model is this community limit what young people believe they can achieve. However, many NGO and local organizations are stepping up. They run free tuition classes to deliver food to families so children don't have skip school and even provide transportation support. Other than that, scholarship scholarship program often often in collaboration with the Ministry of Education Malaysia 2021 to helping students with strong but limited means. But equally important is building social capital, but not just money, capital not just money, but network, support system, and exposure. When students have some to mentor them, guide them, and believe in them, they are more likely to stay in school and aim higher. This include involving teacher, religious student, and local youth group in continued adjustment. To move forward, we must stop viewing education as the sole responsibility of school. Education must be a community responsibility. Lastly, let us work together to ensure that no children is left behind and that every Malaysian student, regardless of socio-economic status, has an equal chance to learn, grow, and succeed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Naila, for highlighting the role of communities and cultural factors in promoting educational opportunities. So, thank you everyone for sharing your valuable point of view. As the analyst and moderator, I would like to summarize the points we have covered at this time and reflect on how income, parental education, and social class intersect to create educational opportunity and impact educational outcomes in Malaysia. Income, parental education, and social class are often interconnected factors which affects a student's educational experience in Malaysia. Well, income determines a child's set of resources available to them. Families in the category of B40 income struggle to afford some of the basic elements of education where they feel like it is fine to not having access to their opportunities like proper internet connection, tuition classes, or extracurricular activities. This compounds the diversity since T20 families have access to private tuition, international or enhanced curriculum models, extracurricular activities, and a whole host of additional opportunities that come from being one of the middle income families or low income families. Next, parental education. Parent, Parents with higher educational level are able to help their children with schoolwork, um, contacting their teachers, and foster a culture of learning at home while less educated parents may have unresolved doubts about their ability to engage in their children's education, or many urban families simply lack time, especially if both their parents are working parents. Finally, social class. also plays a crucial part in students' aspiration and sense of belonging. Children from wealthier families often circulate socially with other children from wealthier families and in networks that encourage higher education and professional careers. However, low social class children are often lack of role models with the possibilities of resulting in lower self expectation. So, to sum up, socioeconomic status plays a crucial role in Malaysian education achievement. Individual should participate with the stakeholders, um, which I feel like it is essential to address social economic status dilemmas. Lawmakers must subsidize educational materials and raise funding levels for schools with fewer resources. Next, differentiated instruction and supporting peer mentoring programs are two models of inclusion that teachers can implement. Other than that, workshops should be held for the communities to prepare parents to support in their children's learning. NGOs and community members also plays a crucial role where they can creatively provide low cost or free tutoring and enhancement to help close opportunity gaps. Together, we can create a fair educational system that allows every Malaysian children to thrive regardless of their personal circumstance. As we have as we have learned today, closing class barriers, increasing parental engagement, and reducing income inequality are not merely educational concern, yet they are societal concern. So, thanks to all the panel members. It was a great discussion today. I really had a very good time with you all. I hope you guys had too. Thank you so much.